Hello and welcome back to another episode of I Broke My Hilux again. In this episode, it's going to get two upgrades. One's a surprise, but the first one we've got to do is fix the fuel pressure regulator. So stay tuned, we'll do that, and then I will spring on the surprise of the second modification that this Hilux is going to get now.
So don't just let me get it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gon' get it.
Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God, I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic.
Alright, so here we have the Hilux. As you may have noticed, there's a clamp on the fuel return line. I was driving it the other day, it got warm, it was a hot day and the fuel pressure regulator decided to let go. So now it doesn't maintain fuel pressure. That's it there, down here. This little jobby is what we'll be replacing with a nice aftermarket one. So I have the aftermarket one here. So we'll be putting this bad boy in, a rising rate fuel regulator. And you're probably wondering, but Chris, why don't you just replace it with the stock element? For starters, the stock element's $300. I'm not gonna spend that much money. Plus these are pretty cool. It's got a little dial that does those things. And yeah, so I'll mount that and we will start plumbing up and see where we're at with it. So I've already got a hole, like a bolt out there that I'll mount this to. And I've made another bracket so the gauge points out so I can see what's happening. And then the second modification is, well, that'll justify why I'm putting in a rising rate fuel regulator. All right, so stay tuned. I'll put this in and we'll go from there.
Retro.
Alright, so I've got the regulator in, I've got the return line down to the tank in, and I've ran the line to where the old regulator is. Now I've just got the mission of taking the old one out and putting a barb fitting in where it is. So hopefully I got the right thread, M12 by 125 I think it was. I was told it could either be 125 or 1.5, but we'll see what happens. So won't know till we take it out. So let's try and negotiate this out and we'll put the barb fitting in. Alright, so I spared you the grief of getting that out. I've removed it and I just double checked them and they are the same thread. So M12 by 125 is what got this through. And now I'll put this on and in, and then we'll run the vacuum line, which I've got here, to the top of the reg. And we'll start it up and we'll try and dial this in and see where we are, see if we can get a base pressure. So all right, I'll put this in and now we'll try and start it. All right, so I've got the vacuum line on, the fuel line's run and plumbed in, I've got the fitting in, everything like that. So I'll just turn the key, start the pump, we'll see if it leaks, and then after that we will try and start it and see what our base pressure is over there. We're aiming for about 42 pounds, so well, there's no leak down there, which is good. And we're at 40 pound on here, which is good. So we'll try and start it, eh? So we're going to test drive the Hilux, see if this regulator made any difference. I mean, obviously it'll keep running now, but we'll see if there's any, you know, performance aspects to this. I mean, it feels a bit more responsive already. It feels more solid anyways. But still about the same. But I mean, this wasn't really about getting performance out of it. It was more just for reliability. Now, it does rev a bit better. I mean, not that I can tell because the tacho doesn't work, but I'll wire that in. I'll do my research today. I might see if I can get that done, but I mean, it goes all right. Too, like I'm getting better fuel delivery now, so very good. Alright, well I will call that a win. I will call that a win. Bring it back in the yard. There's so much shit everywhere here. But yeah. Alright, well don't go anywhere because now for part 2. And this is going to blow your mind. Alright, so as you've seen, we replaced this little guy. This is a standard 1UZ fuel pressure regulator. Yeah, I was looking them up. These range anywhere between $250 to $300. Now, I wasn't going to spend that. That's why I bought the rising rate regulator and plumbed that in. Not only because, you know, it needed it. This had died in the arse. So I replaced this purely, you know, to upgrade it and everything like that. And with every good upgrade, you should always complement it with another one. So I did promise you that the Hilux was going to get 2 modifications in this episode. So this was the first one, and the second one, I am excited to say, is this. That's right, I'm going to supercharge the Hilux. So this is why I went with a rising rate fuel regulator. We're going to put a Eaton M90 supercharger on top of the 1UZ inside the Hilux. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. So stay tuned, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. Supercharging the Hilux. We're not going to have fun with this. I don't know why I do this. I'm a sucker for punishment.